The neon lights of the roadside diner flickered as dusk settled over Route 66. The faint hum of an old jukebox mingled with the clinking of cutlery and murmured conversations. Outside, the wind carried the scent of gasoline and dry desert dust. The door creaked open abruptly, drawing every eye toward the entrance. A biker stepped inside, his leather jacket worn and creased, boots heavy against the tiled floor. Chains jingled softly with each step, and the metallic gleam of his bike helmet reflected the diner's fluorescent lights. The atmosphere shifted immediately, the chatter dimmed, replaced by a tense silence. He scanned the room, a predatory glint in his eyes. Waitresses paused mid-step, and the cook behind the counter wiped his hands on a towel nervously. His gaze landed on a young waitress, barely out of her teens, carrying a tray stacked with steaming coffee cups. She moved quickly and confidently, her hair tied back, a professional smile on her face despite the intimidating figure that now stalked the diner. Before anyone could react, the biker lunged forward, yanking her shirt roughly. The fabric tore with a sharp rip, the sound echoing through the stunned diner. Gasps and cries filled the room. Chairs scraped against the floor, and a few customers instinctively covered their eyes. But the biker's eyes widened, frozen in shock. Beneath the torn fabric, the waitress revealed something no one expected. Intricate tattoos crawled across her shoulders and upper arms, symbols and insignias that belonged to a notorious biker gang known to dominate these highways. The waitress froze for a moment but quickly regained her composure. Her eyes met the biker's, calm and unflinching. She didn't flinch or plead. Instead, she held her ground, as if daring him to make another move. A chill ran through the diner, even the air seemed to pause. Patrons instinctively moved toward the corners of the room, unsure whether to intervene or escape. The cook, now leaning cautiously against the counter, muttered under his breath, "Oh no, not her." The biker's fingers twitched as adrenaline and disbelief warred within him. He had expected fear, maybe tears, but not this. Recognition flared in his eyes. The symbols, the patterns, the specific gang markings, they all meant one thing. She was connected to the most feared motorcycle gang on the West Coast. The realization hit him like a punch to the gut. His bravado faltered. The waitress's calm and the powerful message of her tattoos froze him mid-step, rendering him immobile, trapped between his impulse to dominate and the instinct to survive. Outside, the desert wind whispered against the diner windows, carrying the faint roar of engines approaching the highway. Inside, a tense silence held everyone captive. In that frozen moment, it was clear to all, this wasn't just a reckless act of intimidation. This was a collision of power and reputation, and the outcome was anything but predictable. The diner remained frozen in an eerie silence, the air thick with tension. Patrons crouched behind tables, coffee cups forgotten in their hands, while the soft hum of the jukebox seemed to amplify every creak and groan of the building. The biker's jaw tightened, eyes locked on the intricate tattoos that marked the waitress as no ordinary girl. Recognition flickered across his face. These were the symbols of the gang that ruled the highways, feared by anyone who dared cross their path. His bravado had evaporated, replaced by a cautious calculation. The waitress straightened her back, her gaze unwavering. "You shouldn't have done that," she said, voice calm yet authoritative. Her words cut through the tension like a blade, and for a moment, the biker considered bolting, embarrassed at his impulsiveness. But the fire of pride and challenge still smoldered in him. He swallowed hard, feeling the weight of her reputation pressing down. Around them, every diner patron held their breath, sensing that the moment could explode into violence, or end in an unexpected twist. Then, a subtle movement. The biker's shoulders relaxed slightly, his eyes softening as comprehension set in. This wasn't a confrontation to win with muscle or intimidation, it was a test of respect. The waitress's calmness, her poise, and the silent authority her tattoos conveyed demanded it. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, he gave a slight nod, an acknowledgement of the power she held and the respect owed to her position. Whispers rippled through the diner as the tension began to lift. Chairs scraped back as people cautiously exhaled, some even chuckling nervously at the surreal turn of events. The waitress offered a small, polite nod in return, signaling that the matter had passed without bloodshed. The biker, once a looming threat, now seemed dwarfed by the quiet authority of the young woman he had attempted to intimidate. Outside, the rumble of approaching motorcycles hinted at the power waiting just beyond the diner doors. The waitress didn't flinch, and the biker didn't dare move toward her again. In that charged silence, A mutual understanding passed between them. Actions had consequences, but respect could prevent chaos. It was a lesson not just for the biker, but for everyone present. Appearances could deceive, and strength was measured in more than just intimidation. As the biker stepped back toward the exit, the waitress returned to her duties, pouring coffee and taking orders as if nothing had happened. But the bar remained transformed. Patrons whispered about the fearless waitress and the biker who had underestimated her. The jukebox played on, a faint rock ballad filling the spaces left by shock and awe. That night, the diner became a place where legend and reality collided. One impulsive act could have sparked disaster, but instead, it revealed courage, authority, and respect in unexpected forms. Everyone who witnessed it knew they had seen something extraordinary, a reminder that sometimes the strongest power isn't physical, but quiet, measured, and undeniable.